That is the face, no, not just of a overweight, fugly motherfucker. That is the face of somebody who's just read Absolute Batman issue 10, and what the fuck? Yes, hello visuals, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another edition of Superhero Wednesday. Still in this, I'm just calling this the lazy corner. My girlfriend, it looks better, it's better background than that. To me, it's the lazy corner because I just have to put one light on and just move the chair out. But anyway, we're here, Superhero Wednesday in the lazy corner, and we've done Absolute Batman issue 10 and more girlfriend advice. She did say, keep doing spoiler reviews because you spoil them anyway. We're going to do a spoiler-heavy review for Absolute Batman issue 10, and Jesus fucking Christ visuals. This world was already insane enough, and it's just getting more fucked. Because we have a look at some classic Batman iconic villains in this version, in this absolute version, and we get a deeper look at this. Not just this Bruce Wayne and how different he is, and how similar I guess a little bit is, but this dynamic between Bane and the Batman and the overall unfolding story of what the overall plan is, where everything happened in Arkham and all this kind of shit. Oh, it's fucking awesome. This is where I'm going to forget what I've actually remember what I've actually spoiled and stuff. We know that Bruce was obviously in last issue fucking crippled beyond belief by this version of Bane. Wayne was taken, who reappears in this, and we'll get to in a sec. So we end up with Bane pretty much fucking holding Batman and fucking him up and shit. This issue starts off with Martha worrying about where her boy is. She's saying it's been a few days, and it's been, as you go on, it's been a month, and we get a couple of little flashback sequences while between Wayland and Bruce and stuff like that. And in between these flashback moments, we get these moments of Bruce Wayne in his current incarceration. Why is it incarceration if it's not by the police? His current captivity, trying to escape, and different things appearing, and Bane comes out and catches him every time, and he keeps saying, go on, just keep trying, go on, keep going, I really want you to try harder next time, and all this kind of shit. Just being an absolute massive bastard. You know, you're doing all this shit trying to escape, and that Bane's coming back after he said, oh, I got you this time, but you might get lucky next time, you might do better next time, go on, try one more time. And it's like, why are you giving me weird encouragement just to come and kick my head in? And the entire issue just evolves around Batman trying to escape from his captivity and get back to his friends and his family, all that kind of shit, and regroup and do what he's got to do to then come back and take on Bane and all the other crazy, horrible carnage shit that's happening in this. So that's the overall story of this particular issue. We're going to go through a few individual panels and whatnot because there's some fucking messed up shit to show you. It's me forgetting that we're doing this because when we do it on the bed, yikes, we have two hands, but because we're doing it in like vlog mode, we've got one hand. I'm going to say as well, actually, I'm going to open this comic, and I got a bit of a fright, right? Because the first thing I saw was that, and I opened it like, oh crap, I'm scared of sharks. It's not fucking good. It's not very fucking nice, right? But anyway, like I said, so the story starts off with Bruce Wayne, and it's the Doctor. It's Arkham. Is it? Did they give it an official name of Arkham? It's just Dr. Arkham. It's just Dr. Arkham. Correcting myself there. And she keeps going over how these different tests, you know, subject's been in, he's going to be out cold for 24 hours. And they show a moment when they first bring Bruce in. I don't know if you can see him there with all these bandages and stuff on, where inside of his own body, he puts different stuff like toxic pellets and like acid ones and all this kind of shit, like different ways to get out of shit and how different scenarios. He, like, put them inside of his body as like plan Bs and Cs and Ds and all this kind of shit. And you're like, okay, this is fucked. And it showed you, okay, it showed how many people took him in and how it was hard to restrain. Okay, now he's come to. This is just literally entitled Abomination. I don't know if you can see what that is there. We'll give you a better image later. That is Killer Croc. That's fucking Godzilla. But we see him wake up, and it's quite cool because we've got like a plan F or whatever this would be. We see like a little pick behind his teeth, or behind, I'm assuming inside of his gum that he's put. We get a very naked, huge Bruce Wayne. I didn't realize, wow, they described his height before, because they described him as 6'9", I think it was in this. We know he's a tall bastard anyway, but he gets out, he's running around, we get a little naked Bruce Wayne going about, and that is the cocoon, the egg, the whatever the hell you want to call it for Killer Croc. And Dr. Arkham's narrating, saying, you know, he's made it to this level, he's made it to this floor, he's walking to this enclosure and whatnot. And then we get a very horrible, disgusting sort of look of what Clayface is in this world. Again, there's Bane. What does he actually say to him on the first thing in? Keep trying, please. He's telling him keep trying. So Bane, he gets out. We step on our first look at Clayface, who looks disgusting with all the fuck is going on, that kind of shit. Bane obviously stops him, and he gives as you can tell with that panel there, he gives him a big hiding, and then we get a nice little look back at a flashback sequence of Bruce and Wayland training, obviously Wayland going up for a big boxing match and stuff. Okay, then we come to again, and we show Bruce a little bit different. How long's it been? I think it's been a month. Or was it at this point? I think it's been somewhere like a month. A bit longer than a month. I'll tell you like, sorry, 45 days. And it says about like how he was refusing to eat, so they had to put a tube in his stomach and feed him directly. But what they didn't realize was how he was going to use that against them, because see that moment there, the references and showing that Bruce uses his tube and finds a way to get to his raw stomach acid and sprays it on one of the fucking doctors and shit coming in the room. What the fuck? He also does it show him bandaging up there? It shows you him making a little knuckle dustery type thing of his own fucking teeth. He gets his own teeth and he's putting them on. He's ready to just smash it up and go fucking nuts and cribble people. He then gets back out again. He's doing his thing. He's shouting. You even hear him saying like, "Go to hell, you hear me?" Blah blah blah, running away. And we get a look at where is she? There we get a big mention of the Green wants out, and obviously we know the Green who it's connected to. Of course, it's Poison Ivy. So I think this is our first little look of absolute Batman's world of Poison Ivy. I think it's now clear that a lot of these villains are being created by Dr. Arkham and all this kind of shit and the stuff that's happening there. And of course, we see a horrible little disgusting bit of the Green or Ivy trying to get in, but Bane coming along and just being like, right, I'm ready to smash your end again. What does he say this time? So close, don't give up, please. He's physically asking him, please don't give up. So Bruce is obviously captured again. We then see them start to. Oh, this is more of Martha. What is that of Martha? Well, whichever bit that is. We see Bruce being strapped up and then with the venom toxin and all that kind of stuff on him, and they try and tease him out one more time by hanging up his back cowl, his cape and all that kind of shit. Tease him up one more time, and he's like, "Oh no, it's pointless, blah blah blah." But he's like, "No, okay, we're gonna do it." And Wabuski, we get him back in his suit, back in action. You think, okay, he's got his stuff again. But of course, you've got to remember that they laid it out for him, that they were willing to let this go. He's then stopped by more of the experiments and whatnot. And then he comes out, does his stuff, blah, blah, blah. And who's there to meet him? Once again, it's Bane, ready to stop him in his tracks. And he's just kicking him absolute limb for limb, fucking kicking him limb for limb, kicking him everywhere from pillar to post and shit like that. Chucks him through the glass of where the egg was before. And as you can see in that one there, the egg has now cracked open. It's done. Whatever's inside of it is hatched. I think you know what it is. And we're introduced to this big motherfucker who doesn't take out Bane, but hits Bane. Look at the fucking state of that. Look. It's fucking Killer Croc. This is absolute universe's, absolute Batman's Killer Croc. And as Bruce is saying to him, he's like, wait, it's me, Bruce. And they have like a little moment. You can see Bruce there with his teeth sort of like, oh, I'm Bruce Swine, because he's used them as knuckle dusters. And we get a little flashback and whatnot. And do you want to see one of the most heaviest Batman images you'll ever see in your entire life? What the fuck? What the fucking shit? We get a full-on Killer Croc, a Bruce Wayne team up, Batman riding fucking Killer Croc like he's that thing from Star Wars Revenge of the Sith that Obi-Wan Kenobi's on, running away and whatnot. But it was all kind of part of the plan. They're all happy for it. They get away. Bane's talking to Dr. Arkham, and he even says at the point, he says, excited for the final phase, very excited, Dr. Arkham, because now I really get to break him. And of course, we know the whole thing of Bane broke the bat and all this kind of shit. And we're going to get another huge, massive showdown against Bane. Of course, Bruce is going to have to win one of them soon, because every time these two meet up, Bane's just kicking the absolute shit out of him and just destroying him. But yeah, that is that. I thought I ripped the page out, which is probably against my t-shirt. This was one of the most intriguing reads I think I've ever had, just period. Yeah, there might be some recency bias there, but in general, because it was fucking awesome. The constant attempted escapes of Batman bumping into a classic Batman villain just in this new form, just for them Bane to stop him again and say, better luck next time, pal, and then doing it all over again, and it's getting a bit heavier and heavier each time, and then the toll that it's taken on Bruce and showing mentally where he's gone and how mentally tough he is, of how he's been able to combat all of the shit they've been doing to him. The crazy shit of hiding weapons and shit in his body and the teeth stuff and all that, using his fucking stomach acid and shit. Oh my god, it was just fucking beautiful. And then eventually, oh okay, sweet, the eggs that hatch will come out, and we get that reveal of Killer Croc, and you're like, fuck is going on here? It's beautiful. It's phenomenal. I absolutely adore it. I can't wait for the next showdown. I don't know if we'll be as hard and heavy in this issue. And the next issue might have a bit of a calmer issue coming up next. I don't know what the run for the Absolute Batman's supposed to be, how long we're going to go. But this Absolute Batman run has been fucking beautiful so far, and each issue has been a 10 out of 10 in its own right. I know I'm Mr. Optimistic and stuff like that. I know what James Gunn's doing. It was some more James Gunn advert stuff there. I don't know what the plan might be in the future in the next 5 to 10 years. Please get some adaptation of this. I want this in a film. I want a live action or even an animated film look in the Absolute Batman universe. At least add some Absolute Batman shit into like a Lego game or something, because it is beautiful. But Absolute Batman issue 10, fucking phenomenal. Anyway, how visuals are my spoiler heavy now as girlfriend's advice that we're going to take. We'll just keep doing spoiler heavy reviews of Absolute Batman issue 10. Amazing. Still go check it out yourself, experience it all for yourself. If you have read it, did you get to that page of seeing Wayland like that and being like, what the fuck? The whole thing was just so edgy, your seat, fucking nail biting. Like, oh my god, this is fucking crazy and insane. So hopefully you got there and you were just as shocked and jaw dropped as I was. But hopefully you're also. I feel like I've said then a lot. We could play the fucking Robin game from How I Met Your Mother. I hope you are enjoying the run of Absolute Batman. You're still reading it if you are reading it and stuff. And thank you to anybody that comes along and likes the reviews and sees them and shit, because I feel like I'm so awful at reviewing comic books. I just want to talk about them and shit. But anyway, visuals. That is another edition of Superhero Wednesday. That is another comic book review. That is another Absolute Batman comic book review. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are literally the fucking best. But remember to always keep being you and keep on web slinging on. I did my web slinging shit there.